đã gây bao nhiêu nở máu. Du kích Củ Chi quyết không quên mối thù sâu. Xếp dòng đi ta để giữ lấy đó hết mấy năm. Xếp trên đây ta diệt Mỹ đến cô.
Củ Chi, an alluvial plain on the right bank of Saigon River with mild currents flowing on up and down bases. Củ Chi, the land of peaceful gardens, cool shadows, and lush tropical fruit trees all year round. Củ Chi, a land area of rubber as vast as the runway. Covering an area of 150 square kilometers with an interlacing road and waterway system, Củ Chi lies on the 8th road, northwest of Saigon, which was adjacent to the nerve center of Americans and their puppets. Củ Chi has long been a destination of relaxation and vacation, a land of fresh countryside air, good-natured people, innocent children.
Là đất của lao động hiền lành, đất của cuộc sống đồng quê hồn nhiên tươi tắn, đất của tuổi thơ mong được yên ổn học hành.
However, this small and peaceful stretch of land have been devastated much by cruel Americans. They brought in modern artillery, B-52 bombers, chemical toxicants, toxicated gas with the purpose of striking down the Iron Triangle of Southern Vietnam revolutionaries.
Lấy chỗ thở cho cái thây ma bù nhìn Sài Gòn đã 12 lần gục đổ. Như một bầy quỷ dữ tham lam điên loạn, chúng đánh vào đàn bà, con trẻ. Chúng đánh vào trâu bò.
And who were their targets? They hit local women and children, livestock and poultry, trees, land, and even Buddha statues. Fertile villages of Củ Chi have been struck severely by bombs and ammunition from Washington. The Americans wanted to level this land, but the strong resistance by local guerrillas has halted them. And who are they? They are guerrillas like Trần Thị Gừng, a little girl whose father died in an American attack. With a single rifle and a few hand grenades, she has driven back dozens of raids launched by professional soldiers. During some preemptive attacks, Gung's team has killed 118 American soldiers.
Bằng mấy trận đánh phủ đầu, tổ của Gừng diệt 118 tên giặc Mỹ. Đó là những phạm văn cội.
That is Phạm Văn Cội, chief of a communal detachment who always loved his comrades but defies American bombs and ammunition. After several encounters against the Americans, he alone has killed hundreds of them. That merits have brought him 3 championship titles in destroying American soldiers, army convoys and airplanes. And his guerrilla team in Bithip commune have all been bestowed as valiant against U.S. soldiers.
Kiện tướng diệt xe cơ giới, kiện tướng diệt máy bay và cả đội du kích xã Đức Hiệp của Anh đều trở thành dũng sĩ diệt Mỹ. Đó là những ba nì, người nông
That
dân
is Ba Nhi, a plain farmer who leads a simple life with his plow and hoe. But right from the first fight against the enemy, he has made a scientific plan to lure them into his booby traps. Sixteen American soldiers have been killed, 3 army trucks have been destroyed, and Ba Nhi has been honored Elite Valiant title. They are Võ Thị Mô, a beautiful slender girl of Nhuận Đức, having a great courage. She preferred singing to fighting, but in the very first battle, she fought for 8 days in a row and obtained the title of Valiant against the Americans.
8 ngày liền bám sát địch, trong trận chiến đấu đầu tiên đạt danh hiệu dũng sĩ diệt Mỹ.
With a strong determination of protecting their land, those simple farmers of Củ Chi have crushed down American large-scale offensives by the rudimentary trap of guerrillas. Enemies come, they strike. Enemies go away, they refoster their forces. Shrapnel bombs, mortar cartridges, wreckages of armored vehicles and airplanes that the Americans have left on Củ Chi battlefield have been collected and transported into local guerrillas factories. Then they've been reproduced into unique ammunition that can strike back U.S. soldiers and combat vehicles. Learning from the innovation of Phạm Văn Cội, Củ Chi guerrillas have created launching pads made from wood. That shrapnel bombs have been used to make new mortars for those pads. When U.S. Army vehicles come in, the guerrillas trigger the electric wire and the shrapnel bombs fly to the targets. Although they have seized latest ammunition and guns, Củ Chi guerrillas have still brought into full play their traditional combat form, spike traps which had only been used in wild animal hunts. Wherever they traveled on the land of Củ Chi, the U.S. soldiers might fall on a death trap at any time. That is the unique strength of Củ Chi guerrillas.
Đó là sức mạnh vô địch của du kích Củ Chi. Dù ngày đêm sống dưới mưa
Despite the U.S. constant bombardment and repeated airstrikes, Củ Chi people have been determined to hold on to their land. Their motto is a hand with hoe, a hand with gun. Enemies attack them in daytime. They've done their farm work in nighttime. Trampling on the fields and ground lots filled with shrapnels, they've tilled to feed guerrillas.
Mỹ muốn biến Củ Chi thành
The Americans wanted to turn Củ Chi a dead land. But Củ Chi still lives strongly. Unable to survive on the land surface, they choose to live underground. Although it has been a little confined and hot, a subterranean but free living is worth it. They cook, drink, eat, study, get together, trade, enjoy movies and music shows. Everything in the daily life can be found at this tunnel system. The Americans wanted to turn Củ Chi a dead land, but Củ Chi never dies.
Giặc Mỹ muốn biến Củ Chi thành đất chết, nhưng Củ Chi không bao giờ chết.
In contrary, Củ Chi becomes a huge death trap for the invaders.
Củ Chi trở thành cái bẫy chết khổng lồ dành cho quân xâm lược Mỹ.
Combat trenches and resistance units are everywhere. In addition, a matrix of multi-level tunnels deep underground forms an uninterrupted fortification network linking hamlet to hamlet, village to village, commune to commune. Thanks to this firm fortification system, Củ Chi's little guerrillas with rudimentary weapons could fight away their powerful enemy. Sometimes the guerrillas emerged to snipe, sometimes they hit their enemy from the back. They appeared and disappeared so suddenly that American Army commanders have said in panic. Viet Cong soldiers are seen nowhere, but they are everywhere.
Thoát ẩn, thoát hiện, thiên biến vạn hóa. Đến nỗi tướng tá Mỹ phải khủng khiếp kêu lên. Du kích Việt Cộng chẳng thấy đâu, mà ở đâu cũng có. Hệ thống đường ngầm của Củ Chi đã được đám bình luận quân sự phương Tây coi như...
Western critics acknowledge that Củ Chi underground tunnel as a tremendous and sophisticated project that not any talented engineers in the world have ever designed and built. Quinler, an editor of AP News Agency who followed the Infantry Division 25 into Củ Chi in 1966, had to admit, those who traveled in this tunnel felt admired to the talents, determination, and patient spirit of the communist guerrillas. Hundreds of Allied soldiers were fallen down by the guns of Viet Cong under the ground, and maybe more. In fact, in spite of their diverse strategies in various arms, U.S. soldiers were defeated by Củ Chi guerrillas.
Còn du kích Củ Chi vẫn đứng đấy, vững như bàn thạch, ngay ở cửa ngõ thành phố Sài Gòn. Cuộc chiến đấu dù vô cùng gay go ác liệt.
Still, fierce and tense fightings have not restrained Củ Chi people from enjoying their beautiful and joyful lifetime. Tons of bombs, rains of mortars could not shut up the sounds of music instruments and singing voices in Củ Chi. They struggle resiliently and tirelessly to protect their lush gardens and fields, free life as well as the sweet singing of their
Giữ
homeland.
lấy ruộng vườn tươi tốt, cuộc sống tự do, cũng là để giữ lấy cả tiếng hát ngọt ngào của quê hương.
It's such a singing that urged them to move forward. And now the large-scale offensive failed. 5 days later, American soldiers aggressively raided into Củ Chi and established a stronghold with the aim of expanding their operation to the liberation area. Being well aware of that conspiracy, Củ Chi guerrillas held an immediate meeting to work out plans for building a circle to beleaguer the enemy. With a common heart and mind, young people in Củ Chi's communes have registered their name to the so-called Circle of Destroying Americans. Each of their signatures is an oath of protecting their beloved homeland.
Mỗi chữ ký là một lời thề quyết tâm bảo vệ quê hương. Chết thì chết trên vành đai, sống thì phải trở thành dũng sĩ Việt Mỹ. On the guerrilla circle, they fought their body and soul against the U.S. bombardments and bullet storms.
They camouflaged themselves by smearing mud on their body in daytime and wearing straws in nighttime. The relationship between militants and residents were tightened during difficult situations. Communal residents have taken good care of combat guerrillas, from fixing meals to sewing and washing. With the good organization and flexible warfare, the Circle of Củ Chi guerrillas have obtained positive position from the beginning. The more they fought, the stranglehold to Americans were more tightening. The offensive base of the U.S. have become a desperate defense station. Củ Chi Guerrilla Circle is not only a firm wall to protect the Iron Triangle of the revolutionary southeastern region, but also a springboard for the armed forces to break through and destroy the Saigon nerve center of Americans and their puppets.